Hello and welcome here to the 8th round of the Craftsman Cup Series with me, Sean, and we are here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for some night session qualifying. As usual, 15 minutes around Charlotte. You have to excuse me, but I have a bit of a runny nose here. It's actually quite lovely out here, and I'm stuck inside the commentating booth to be doing this qualifying session and tomorrow's race itself for your enjoyment. So we're just waiting to see all the 42 drivers then coming out on the track to do their first. Oh, a little bit of contact I just heard, and out the first one then goes Brandon Tedesco. So we'll keep out an eye on him. Out goes Trek Torga 2. So there is Brandon Tedesco making the first car out on the track. And once again, yep, these cars are still using the Super Speedway package. I mean, if they were racing around Texas with it, they might as well race around Charlotte Motor Speedway with this here. Actually, very still impressed from the racing last week at Texas, where there was no cautions whatsoever. Really impressed with all of the drivers then. Last week. Let's see if they can keep it up here for this week's worth of racing here, which is going to be a little bit longer than Texas. 80 laps around this track. Brandon just goes by the winner of last week, Nathan Hudson, who is very buoyant coming into this race because he has also got his ticket into the All-Star race, which is happening just about a couple of weeks' time from now. There's not a lot of free spots left then in this as we look then at Chris Summers just following behind James Qualls, and behind him Stefan Barbiez and Kyle Matthews, and there's a look at Wes McCall into the pit. Oh well, not still staying in the pits. So if you're new to this is just the qualifying session, 15 minutes here, and if you start on the pole, obviously you will start on the pole, but more importantly though, before the All-Star race, you will get your ticket into the All-Star race. That only includes the drivers that starts on pole or wins the race. And Brandon Ross hasn't got a ticket yet into the All-Star race, unless if he starts on the pole position or ends up winning this race. And you've got round 9 at Chicagoland, and then round 10 at Talladega, and then we have the All-Star race. So there's not a lot of races left until the actual All-Star race. Meanwhile, there's a gaggle of cars right ahead, which is led by Jamie Smith, Richard Johnson, Dylan Young, Matt McIntyre, who has really free-fallen his way down the points after his strong out back in the first couple of rounds of the championship, and Daniel Voiles as well. Seth goes back in his original livery, and so far, the Papyrus winner is currently third fastest at the minute, as they're trying to go around Nathan Orman, who had a horrible outing a week ago at Texas. Finishing way down the pecking order, which currently put him outside the top 10 coming into this race. And the guy ahead of Seth, no, that's looking behind there. There he is, Nathan Hudson, the winner from a week ago, when he made that last lap pass on Charles Sanfer. He's currently 10th fastest at the minute. Got his teammate Nico Ketchum right in front of him, and just ahead of Nico, who actually started on the outside pole, and just ahead of him, the guy who missed out on another win last week. There he is, Charles Sanfer, back in the Aaron's 312 machine. He goes 18th fastest at the minute there for him. But yeah, Nathan Hudson, he's actually closed the gap to the top 2 championship protagonists already of Christian Martin and Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater gained a bit after his outing at Texas 1 week ago. Let's see where he's currently at the minute. 34th place. Kind of where he started actually at Texas. He's improved. He's only gained 2 positions. But he did gain a couple of points on your championship leader here, Christian Martin. There he is. And he is running 33rd. So, ooh, that's going to be an interesting there. The 2 championship contenders close together in the starting grid. I mean, they were a row ahead. They were a row between them at Texas last week. They're pretty much nearly beside each other in this qualifying. And we still haven't seen who is actually started on the polls. We've got 10 minutes to go until the end of this qualifying session. We'll change the camera angle now. Carson Gum had a great outing, and he's moved up in the points coming into this. Cody Lammers is now down to last place in points, which is a disaster. But good news for him, though. He is in the All-Star race, as he did get the pole position at Daytona. Behind him then is Jeremy Tacos, who didn't have a good outing at Texas, as he fell down the points. And Cole Diva picking up his first top 5 of the season, his second top 10. He had a 10th place finish at Auto Club back in round 2. So hopefully that team is now buoyant by that confidence run now. Behind him is Anthony McCrory, who had another strong outing at Texas. He's currently 7th fastest for him. Trent Dunham is 37th. Matt McLean, who was in 3rd place at one point in the points. He's fallen down just... Well, he's still in the top 10 in points, but fell down a little bit after his bad out 1 week ago. Fitzwater 35th. Jessica Shelton, who was very impressive, she was last week. She started in last place. Seen her to as high as about the top 5 as Noah Hart is coming out back onto the track. Now, Noah Hart will be serving his 3rd and final race probation from the incident that he did at Papyrus. Well, not the incidents, the many incidents he caused. So far, Noah is 34th fastest for the Joe Gibbs driver. Nathan Norman's 17th. Seth Cole down to 33rd now. Wes McCall 26th. Daniel Voiles 18th. Trent Torger is 14th. Dylan Young is 21st. And Jimmy Smith 8th fastest then for the Wood Brothers Racing Ford driver. Nick Gunther. He's got had a couple of good finishes. He's moving up in the points now. So far, the Square D driver is 36th at the minute. Stam Oskin, who's also moving up in the world in the point standings. He comes into this race 12th place now in the points. Behind him is James Qualls, who sits on the outside pole. And that's because Joshua Collard is on the pole position. There he is. So if things stand as it is, Joshua Collard will be in the pole on the pole for tomorrow's race, but he will also work his way into the All-Star race. And that'll be great there for Josh, considering how much of a terrible season he's had. I mean, he's 40th in the championship. Hopefully this team will do them a world of good in this race tomorrow. Ry Hayden, just see there he is, Ry Hayden there, 27th fastest then for the rookie. Behind him is Danny Wells. He is currently 32nd. RJ Bishop, doing well in the championship. Driving the livery he got the pole at Las Vegas with. So far, he's in the top 10, 10th place then for RJ. And he's got his teammate, Kyle Matthews, just ahead. Kyle is 5th quickest, and Dylan Poteet is 3rd quickest. And Noah Cars, who finished last a week ago, he is 20th. And there's the pole sitter from Texas. There he is, Jesse Turner, running in 12th position. Now, if there's one driver I want to talk about here, as Dylan Young goes out and does another time lap, as we've got 6 minutes, just about 6 minutes to go, is this guy, Michael Norman. We've seen him being up at the front for the majority of these last few races, but he seems to fall away. And I don't know if he's got like a bad pit crew or whatever, as he tours into the pit lane to put some new tyres on. But yeah, it's disaster there for Michael, because we have seen him up at the front for the majority of the races, but he ends up finishing poorly. Like, we did see him battling up front for the lead at Texas, and then, you know, he ended up finishing way down in the 30s there as Rai Hayden pulls out, does another run. Matt McLean also heads in. And Noah Hart looks like he's going in yet again, so obviously not problems then for him, as he only just came out like a couple of minutes ago. So yeah, hopefully Mike will have a stronger finish then into this race. It's a longer format here, like I said, 80 laps. Chris Summers also tours in. Let's see where Chris is at the moment. He's 41st in the points, currently 41st at the minute. But we have seen, oh, there he just pulls in towards Jeremy Tackles, and Tackles is 37th fastest then for the Robert Yates driver. Stephen Cole on here with Jamie Smith and Levi McIntyre, and Diego Ospina driving the livery he raced in the Bud Shootout. Stephen is 11th. And there's Diego Ospina starting, well, provisionally in P9 as Danny Wells comes out back onto the track. Matt McIntyre, who's had a horrible few outings. I'll just look through the sheet of paper that I've got here. So, Texas, he was 41st. Pocono, he was 41st again. Papyrus, he finished 28th. And where did he finish at Atlanta? I'm trying to see where he finished at Atlanta. 24th. So, yeah, he's had some poor finishes, but so far, Bill Davis racing driver, 4th fastest at the minute. Good showing the Pontiacs then up at the front. Collard is still the pole. And Poteet's third, and Matt McIntyre is 4th. So we've got 3 Pontiacs running in the top 4. As we've got 4 minutes to go until the end of the session. This will also be, if it stays as it is, this will be Pontiac's first pole of the season. It's always been Chevrolets or Ford drivers, so hopefully Joshua Collard can break that duck. There's a few cars here battling as Jamie Smith threads the eye of the needle there in between Levi McIntyre and Matt McLean, who was just coming out of the pits. Trying to see if we've seen any other drivers that we've not seen so far in qualifying. There's a look at Danny Wells, and he's actually got some help now from Matt McIntyre. Still not quick enough as Brandon Ross comes out onto the track. Brandon so far currently is running in 6th place, and he's another driver that's kind of fallen down the points too. So good job there from RCR to get Brandon Ross into the top 10 in qualifying. There's a look at the championship leader. Any improvements on him? No, he is 40th fastest, and Zachary Fitzwater is 36th. So the championship protagonists then are going to be starting deep in the field, but we've seen it before. We've seen Jessica Shelton compete in the top 5. We've seen Zachary Fitzwater. He started deep at Texas and ended up getting was it a top 5? I think it was a top 5, wasn't it? No, it was a top 10. He got 6th. So it might not be bad in that position anyway. Nico Ketchum, Charles Sanford, Brandon Disco, Chris Summers. He's improved now, 35th. Nathan Ormond is 18th. Nathan Hudson is 22nd. Wes McCall is 27th. Daniel Voiles 19th. There's Trek Tolga, 15th. Not seen a lot of him. As well as Stefan Papiez. He's 26th. Noah Hart's 23rd. Nick Gunther's still 38th. And James Qualls still on the outside pole. Sam Oskin still 31st in car 31. Oh, Jesse Turner's now gone down to 13th place. Someone has gone ahead of him as Levi goes into the pit lane. I wonder if that could be Danny Wells. No, Danny Wells is still not improved on his time. There goes Dylan Young. He goes by now. He's 10th quickest now. Maybe he was the one then that pushed Jesse Turner down as Seth Cole comes back onto the track. He'll just do a handful of laps before the end of qualifying. So far, the former champion running 34th at the minute on the outside of row 17. He probably might go a little bit quicker now if he would catch up to Noah cars and that, but he's only got 80 seconds so for that to happen. Out goes Jamie Smith. He's only probably going to be doing at least 2 laps worth. Trent Dunham. Trent's actually been kind of struggling in qualifying. Yeah, something's not right with that car. He started dead last 2 weeks ago at Pocono, and he started 39th the previous round at Papyrus. So a little bit of struggling then for that team, for DEI. Considering that his teammate, Matt McLean, is a little bit higher up, 24th place. He's pretty much in the danger zone. We've got 30 seconds to go to the end of qualifying, I've just noticed. Any signs then on the championship drivers then? Zachary Fitzwater still 37th. Christian Martin is down to 41st now. There's a look at Richard Johnson. I think he's crept up into the top 10, I believe, or just outside it. 2 seconds to go, 1 second to go, and that is it. That is the end of qualifying, so all these drivers will put in another lap in, and then that will be the end. Andy McCrory, 7th place then for the Midwest Transit Racing driver. I was trying to figure out what team he is driving then. Chris Summers, he's going to complete his last lap here. Across the line, does he improve on his 31.018? No, he doesn't. So he will stay provisionally in 35th. Jessica Shelton, she doesn't improve. Neither does Fitzwater, neither does Ketchum, neither does Sanfer. Yeah, all these drivers then have not really improved here, unfortunately. I think Daniel Voiles may have done. He's up to 19th. He did seem in, like, in the 30s, so that's a good run there for Daniel. Daniel also needing to get some good points here too. Oh, we've got about 7 seconds to go. We'll put it on 6 seconds to go, and that is it. That's the end of qualifying, and there you have it. Joshua Collard will start this race from the pole and alongside James Quall. So two of these drivers that need great finishes, maybe Poteet as well, maybe even McIntyre too. So the top four then really needing good finishes are starting on the front two rows. Kyle Matthews and Brandon Ross. He's another driver that needs a great finish to get his confidence back up on track. He will start 6th. Then it's Anthony McCrory, Jamie Smith, Diego Spino, Dylan Young will complete the top 10. RJ Bishop, who's having a great season so far for the rookie, and alongside him will be another fellow rookie in Stephen Colon. Jesse Turner, Jessica Shelton will be row 7. Trent Toga, Cole Diva, row 8. Levi McIntyre and Nathan Ormond will start on row 9. Completing the top 20 will be Daniel Voiles and Charles Sanford. Noah Cars in 11th, alongside Nathan Hudson, Noah Hart and Matt McLean on row 12. Row 13 will be Tedisco and Papies. Wes McCall and Ry Hayden will make up row 14. 29th is Nico Ketchum and Carson Gum, his teammate. So it's an all-route racing row 15. Sama Oskin, the winner at Pocono. And he'll be alongside another Chevy driver in Michael Norman. Danny Wells, who's in the top 5 in the championship. Not good qualifying there for him. Alongside will be his good friend Seth Cole. Chris Summers, Richard Johnson, 2nd in the championship. Zachary Fitzwater, he will start 37th. Then you've got Nick Gunford. Jeremy Tackles, he's the one now that's kind of struggling in qualifying. Seeing his teammate was 2nd quickest. He's down there in 39th alongside Trent Dunham. More qualifying rules then for Trent. And the championship leader starting on the last row, and Cody Lammers will start dead last, nearly half a tenth behind the championship leader. So there you go. Joshua Collard becomes the first Pontiac driver to start on the pole. What's going to happen into tomorrow? It's going to be a longer race, 80 laps around Charlotte. Stay tuned. Give this qualifying a like, and if you're new, give us a subscribe. And if you want to join the Discord page, the link will be in the description to join the Discord group. But until then, we'll see you tomorrow for the race, racing at night time at Charlotte. See you later.